is 1 1/3 square yards. A poster's area is 8/9 of a square yard. Find the unit rate and explain in words what the unit rate means in the context of the problem. Is there more than one unit rate that can be calculated? How do you know? Let's first start by converting the blackboard to an improper fraction. So 1 1/3 is 4/3. So we can compare the 4/3 to the 8/9, or we can compare the 8/9 to the 4/3. Either way, we're going to flip them and multiply. Let's move that one over. So this will become 8/9 times 3/4, because when we divide by a fraction, we can change it to multiplication by flipping the second one over. Here, 4 and 8 have a common factor of 4. Oh, that should be a 2. And 3 and 9 have a common factor of 3. So this is 3/2. But if we look at this one, we get 3 and 2, and then we end up with 2/3. So there are two unit rates. One is blackboard compared to poster, and the other is poster to blackboard. So we've got two different ones, but there is a relationship between the two of them. 3. A toy Jeep is 12.5 inches long. I would immediately start from there by converting it. 12 times 2 is 24, plus 1 more makes 25. While the actual Jeep measures 18 3/4 of a foot. Same thing. 18 times 4 is 72, plus 3 more makes 75. And then it says, what is the value of the ratio of the length of the toy Jeep to the length of the actual Jeep? So we're going to do toy divided by actual. So we've got 25/2 divided by 75/4. Then we're going to flip it and multiply. But remember, we only flip the second one. So the 2 and the 4 have a 2 in common, and the 25 and the 75 have 25 in common. 25 fits into 75 3 times. So our final ratio is 2/3. This means that every 2 inches on the toy corresponds to 3 feet on the actual Jeep. To make 5 dinner rolls, 1/3 cup of flour is used. How much flour is needed to make 1 dinner roll? So we want flour per roll. Flour per roll. We're going to flip it and multiply. To flip a whole number, we can put that invisible 1 underneath. So for 1, it will take 1/15 of a cup. How many cups of flour are needed to make 3 dozen? If it takes 1/15 per roll, 3 dozen, we remember dozen from yesterday, is 12, which is 36 rolls. And it takes 1/15 per roll, so 1/15 times 36 will tell us how many. 15 and 36 actually do have a 3 in common. 3 goes into 15 5 times, and 3 goes into 36 12 times. 1 times 12 is 12, 5 times 1 is 5. We can change that into a mixed number. 5 goes into 12 2 times with 2/5 left over. So 2 and 2/5 of a cup for 3 dozen. How many rolls can you make with 5 2/3 of a cup of flour? Let's change that to an improper fraction. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 more makes 17 thirds. So that's the flour. Then we have to work backwards by dividing by how much it takes per roll. So we're going to flip and multiply. 15 over 1. 3 goes into 15 5 times. 17 times 5 is 85. So this will make 85 rolls. Remember, your answer is not enough for this. You also need to show your work.